Shabbat shalom, Yasharah. I hope everyone is well on this fine Shabbat day. I'm gonna take us to Ezekiel, and I'm gonna try to lay out for you what the Most High is showing me in Ezekiel, what the measurements mean and why we are to know the measurements. You ought to know by now that everything Abba does has such a deeper meaning. What he says in his word has multiple meanings, and they're all purposeful and impactful and amazing. You should know that already. You should know too that just him wanting you to know the measurements of something, it's bigger than that. And we're going to learn this together. We're going to read this. I'm going to read this to you guys, and this is I'm just beginning in this whole study. Although he's been trying to get me to do it since last summer, I've documented, for any of you that's been here, you can probably remember me talking about it several times. I'm not going to take too much of your time up on this Shabbat. I'm going to try to keep this video short. But the next time you hear my voice, I'm going to be going into depth in this whole Ezekiel, the measurement thing. And it'll probably be a long video. But I encourage you guys to show up and pay attention to what the word is talking about. We will read the verse of the day, you know. I wouldn't want to miss out on that. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2, looking to the prince and perfecter of our belief, Yahushua, who for the joy that was set before him endured the stake, and having despised the shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of Abba Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Before I go any further on this fine Shabbat day, let's give him all honor, all praise, all glory, and all esteem. Sliding in face down. Why? Because his name is Abba Yahuwah. He's the Most High. He's mine and your wonderful creator. All right, let's get this real quick. Let's go to Ezekiel, and we'll just skim through chapter 42. And I'm going to try to at least lay out what he's showing me. Now, it should be no coincidence either that I started, was it yesterday's video or the day before? I can't remember. When I first come back to this, to Ezekiel, I started out talking about my threshold. And I had no idea that I would be reading about thresholds in chapter 42 here. It might have been 41. I think it's 42. But there's a reason he brought that up as well. We have to clean our homes up, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you might want to get a broom and a mop, but I'm talking about any paganry, anything that he hates. We have to remove it. Because he said they set their threshold next to his threshold, meaning they let abominations across their threshold when they were trying to get in across his threshold, and doing so, and in doing so, they built a wall in between them and Yahuwah. He didn't do that. They did that. But right here, like when let's see if we can find the wall here. I think it's on down in here further. Maybe it was in chapter, no, right here. It had a wall, are we on 41? No, we're on 42. It had a wall, on the four sides he measured it, it had a wall all around, 500 rods long. Now, if you remember, for any of you who do remember me talking any about the measurements, in the beginning, he says that the rod is a cubit and a hand breadth. And a hand breadth, is, to my knowledge, is half of a cubit. A cubit is 18 inches. So half of that would be 9. So it'd be 9 and 18. And I told you too before, my birthday's 2981. And with numerology, Abba don't count zeros, and any number he flips it and uses it like it, say if it's 18, it's 81. It's the same number, the same two numbers. And there's a reason he wants me to see this, because a lot of the measurements in the beginning are 2 times 9 and they equal 18. A lot of these other ones equal 1,008, 108 cubits, square cubits, and so on and so on. But we're going to go back through this together. I hope you guys join me. But he said that he built a wall. They put up a wall in between them and him by bringing their threshold and their doorstep next to his threshold and his doorstep. Now, like I said, I'm on this journey. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a college professor. I didn't go to Bible college. I'm dwelling in Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, and his wonderful word. And if maybe together we can find the answers that I'm looking for, and hopefully you'll be looking for, because you seen when I read from this the other day, it said that you must make known to all the house of Yasharal the measurements. They have to know it. If you consider yourself Yasharal, then that means you have to know the measurements. And why would that? Does he expect, say, a female to be a carpenter? No. That's why we're here. 500 cubits long and 500 rods wide to separate the set apart places from the common. Now, I don't know for sure, but I do know that if we go and we seek the answers in Abba's word, he will provide like he always does. This is just my initial thought, that when I first threw out that Christmas tree like a javelin out into the middle of the yard, into the street, from that day that I no longer would allow any of that crap across my threshold. It wasn't for like a year or 2 years later before Abba started giving me dreams and visions, and he gave me my job. He told me what it is I have to do. But it was like, could it have been 500 days, or however many days it would be if you calculate what the rod is times 500? Could it have been, say, 650 days, 700 days in between now and then? And if you think about why that would be, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. If we're together and you do something trifling to me, if, like Daoud says, if it's a mistake, it will indeed truly be a mistake. You won't do it again. But it'll take some time for me to trust you again. If you do something that it goes behind my back, if you go behind my back and do something that would hurt me, I can forgive you, but it's going to take some time for me to earn your trust, or for you to earn my trust back, right? Say, whatever it was you did that I was absolutely appalled by, would you be able to earn my trust within 2 days? You haven't done that for 2 days, so now I'm supposed to trust you? No, it's going to take some time. Could it be, and I'm pretty sure that's what this means. It means you have to go through so many days. You have to prove yourself to Abba that you're not going to bring those abominations, those nasty things across your threshold for some time. Could it be a couple years, 600-700 days? Absolutely. Why not? We're talking about the Most High. We're not talking about some chump. We do, in order for us to be given much, we do have to do much. And that's why it says, to whom much is given, much is required. You have to prove yourself. You have to prove that you actually want to be a member of Yasharal before you're allowed into the house of Yasharallah. Not just anybody's going to get through. Thank Abba that it's that way. We don't need any riffraff in the house. That's why we so want to leave this place, because of the riffraff. We can't bring any of it in with us. Hopefully some of you guys chime in and tell me what your thoughts are, if maybe that sounds like, it makes sense to you. But I'm not holding my breath. I will be here as long as Abba's willing to do my job and to go into this further, regardless of what anyone thinks, because a lot of the stuff that he's given me, most people didn't accept that either. They didn't accept what he gave me, the revelation he gave me about what the tree in the garden was, what the fruit of that tree was, what this whole thing we just went through in the world here a year or two ago, he showed me what that was. I could go on and on about revelations that he's given to me that has been confirmed. They are the truth, no doubt about it. It cannot be denied. And it wasn't accepted by very many people. But that's okay. The road that we want to be on is straight and narrow, and very few find it. This ain't about the quantity anymore. This is about the quality of the man or gal, if you know what I mean. I hope you're here. Might be tonight, I might get it out. Might be tomorrow, Abba willing. Either way, all esteem, all honor, all praise, and all glory goes to him, Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, my wonderful Creator. Shabbat shalom, my mishpachah. I love you. For now, these out.